Thank you for joining us on another episode of Sparking a Conversation, a podcast produced by the Sponsored Programs Administration and Research Compliance Office, hosted by Preston Miller. This episode, we'll be chatting with Dorcas Egya-Mensah and Diana Otido. We will take a dive into Dorcas's and Diana's experiences as interns through the Iowa Research Administration Internship Student Experience, or IRAIS, which is funded by the National Science Foundation's GRANTED program. During this discussion, we're going to chat about everything that they've done, not only in the summer, but also what they've done here on the Drake campus to allow individuals to understand not only a PI's experience, but also very much a student's experience with an endeavor such as this. Alrighty. Yeah, thank you for joining us today, guys. I think if you could each of you introduce yourself and then share what major and what year you are currently here at Drake?
My name is Diana Otido. I'm from Kenya. I'm an international student at Drake. I'm taking a master's in leadership development. It's in the Department of Education.
I am Dorcas Egya-Mensah. I'm also an international student from Ghana, West Africa. I'm a P2 student in the College of Pharmaceutical Health Science.
No, that's fabulous and very interesting. And very interesting very interesting fields that are far and away from each other. So could you tell us what particularly drew you folks to this internship?
For me, it was when I saw research, I was very interested because there is a lot out there that I would like to know, and also because I also want to pursue PhD, and I know it's like research intensive. And then, so when I saw research assistant or research admin, I saw a pipeline that will, then eventually lead me to my goals. It was that, and also I felt like I would use my experience in leadership and also what I learned in class and what I've learned from my previous employments. I can bring that on board in terms of just managing and working in a team dynamics, because I know when it comes to research, you have to indulge with different faculties from all fields. You work with also different members from different fields, and there is a lot of mixed personalities that at least being a leader, you would clearly know how to, bring the team together to reach your goals. So that was two major things, and also just how to manage and store data, whatever research you find, how to take care of it, how to store it, how to manage it. So there was a lot of relationship between this internship and what I'm studying, and also my just professional field.
Yeah, I also came across the opportunity on Handshake, and I'm always interested in trying something different from my field. I did see the research opportunities and then the job that it entails. And in my undergrad, for the final project in my undergrad back in Ghana, I did work on a research project, and that was on the effect of galamsey, that's illegal mining in the community, and which is known for farming. So when I saw the opportunity of doing another research, I just went for it. And adding to that, I have an interest in setting up an NGO in the future, and that's more focused on ensuring the appropriate management of diabetes and hypertension in some of the underdeveloped areas or some sections that don't really know how to handle these conditions. And then learning some aspects like looking for funds, where to find the funds from, what it entails to look for the funds and all that. It got my interest, and I was just really looking forward to learning more in that section.
Fabulous. And before you started this internship, what was your folks' understanding of the term sponsored programs?
For me, I know I understood it's a grant programs that have received grants to just run them or to, make sure that they're established and the outcome is, is beneficial to most. So that was my understanding of sponsored programs.
Yeah. Same as the hand up there, just an opportunity to learn, and like everything is being catered for. It's just giving you the room to gain that knowledge, and then
And then from my understanding is that you folks attended the iRaise boot camp over last summer. Could you let us know a little bit about what that looked like, what you folks did, and perhaps what you learned from it?
Yeah, I do understand why it was termed boot camp, because it really was one. And we had days of training and days of education, more around the entire process involved in grants. We did some budgeting. We were exposed to various aspects of the entire procedure, which was very beneficial before we were individually assigned to particular aspects to learn around. So yeah, it was really insightful. I enjoyed those things.
Yeah, the boot camp was intense. It was intense because there was a lot of knowledge and a lot to learn in such a short time. So you have to keep up, which was really, really interesting. I like the fact that we underwent training, from all the departments. And then after that, you were allowed, attached to also those different departments to just see how the theoretical part can now apply on the practical part of it. I also liked how we were, in training, but we were given responsibilities just to see how we can run things out, because there was one in where I was attached to, there was a big event, like a launch for an event that I was told to, take care of the launch, from the beginning, get in touch, prepare the space, and and it was quite intense because it was bringing 27 different PIs from all different faculties. And now getting to know them and getting introduced, and you hear all these big names the doctor in what, and then it was so interesting. So the bootcamp was informative. It was an experience that I will never forget, and also just the exposure, and just also meeting people from different colleges, different universities, and just hearing from them, interacting with the faculties, interacting with researchers, interacting with other, IRIS members. It was very, very, very impactful. And then just coming back and trying to apply what we've learned there back here and seeing the different dynamics, it is, it's very effective.
And we did have a lot of team building activities that kind of prepared us, work with the people we ended up working with. We had different tasks to perform. Yeah, it was a very good exercise. It was nothing physical, like the army or anything, but yeah, it was amazing.
It's the mental gymnastics, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And I guess thinking about a little bit more of what you folks were exposed to, can you just kind of give us a synopsis for each of you? What sort of project or grants that you've been exposed to during your time within the iRaise program?
I was assigned to the Veterinary School of Medicine, and then the grants hub. So in the Veterinary School of Medicine, the department I was with, they were working on, I think, an annual report, and they had to put together their responsibilities. They had to put together a description of the facilities, work that is being done there, and the individuals who work on most of the tasks there. So you just have to put a report of all the employees there, and then it's reviewed by the board at ALAC. So that being done in April, I think the first week of April. So I think they are currently preparing to do that right now. So I was assigned to put together all of those necessary information that they review on a database, and that's what I mostly did there. And I also had the opportunity to do some errands with the vets, such as taking care of some of the animals that were sick, which I really liked because I'm in the health field. And it was just amazing to learn that just like how patients, like humans, are managed, how they are being monitored for conditions, how they are responding to their drugs and everything. The same thing is being done to animals that are kept there too, like just to make sure they're doing well, responding well to their medication, feeling better, like reports are taken and all that. And yeah, it was a great experience with him. And then with Grant Hub, I worked with the team in looking for grants opportunities for some staff. So we had a couple of files that we had to go through, and then you pick up keywords based on what the project is about, and then you look for funds, and then just to ensure that whoever they are eligible for whatever funds was available. And then yeah, we did get quite a number too. So yeah, that's what I mostly worked on.
So I worked with the research post and the graphic design department. So research post is, I think, basically just same as Iris. It's just like a research admin position. Like they handle all the admin work for researchers. So because it's a new department, I helped in developing the handbook. Just bring it together so that they can, instead of when they go to fill it, the PIs, start explaining to them what they do, is just they can hand over all the handbooks so they know exactly what research is all about. So it helped me to really dig in and understand the actual work of research admin, what it entails from pre-award to post-award. It also helps, like just bringing handling events and handling our projects from start to finish. So this is where I got a chance to hold that kickoff event for Hydro. I still do follow up with them, and the project is doing really good. So it was that part, and also learned on, like using of some of the tools that they use, like the Google Sheets and all that, and also some budgeting for their projects. Then on the other side, the graphic design, I helped to do some flyers for their PIs, for the projects the PIs are handling. So this was to help reporting. So instead of sitting down and writing a whole report, they just upload on their flyers what their project was all about, how it's going, and what are the impacts of that project, so that when it comes to like reporting back, they just give out the flyers. So we developed those flyers for their current PIs, and also did some finding grants. And here we were using the CVs, PI CVs. They'll give you CVs, and then you just pick the keywords from the CVs and got to you. So it's really, as I said, in not only depending on those government grants, but also looking at instrumentals and all other places where you can find grants. Because you find for graphic design, not mostly we're getting grants from feds. So they will always depend on, philanthropy, like these small donations or foundations to grant them, to help them with the grants. So I think it was mostly that, and also just attending the meetings, that the weekly meetings, and also when they have meetings with the PIs to just understand where the projects are at, to understand what the PIs needed. We'll also attend those meetings and take notes and just give feedback or come up with minutes to give back to the PIs.
Oh, that's fabulous. And thinking about this a little bit more, your internship was over at the Iowa State University, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And how did it feel transitioning from attending a boot camp at an R1 institution to coming back to Drake, which is a primary undergraduate institution? How prepared did you feel?
Wow. That's a good thing.
Um, It was a very big shift because oh man, Iowa State is big. Iowa State is huge. If I tell you that those ones were supposed to go for was it a meeting or yeah, and then the meeting was supposed to start, let's say at 2. So we were like, it's just here, 20 minutes walk, like walk because it's big university, we'll make it in 20 minutes. Only to realize that where the meeting was scheduled is supposed to take a bus.
Yeah.
Like it's about 20 or 30 minutes bus. Like that is how big, like we used to drink. I mean, from here, the meeting is that onset, you time yourself. So one, it was that, like it was geographically situated. It's big, like planning, you have to plan early, also departments are big. The research park is huge. Everything comes in massive and massive and massive. The some of the processes are complicated because you have to go through a lot of, faculty departments, and then also the people you're working with. There is an entire before you get to the, like the main person. But now coming here, it is this very nice, small, intimate, like group. You are, everyone, we can access anyone at any time. You're free to talk to anyone. If the question is, you ask the question, you get it right. Like the process are faster because of this, the small units. So that is one thing I would say. It's a lot, it's big. And then it's first longer it's understood because it's a big institution. But then again, if you ask me, I totally enjoyed and got to know the team in Drake more, in Spark more intimately, and enjoyed working with them, and enjoyed getting response faster because of the of the small unit.
Well, I like the fact that piracy was way than Drake. I believe Iris made it possible to help us, find a way through places. We were all given ID cards, the ISU cards that helped us with the bus system, so we could get access to the bus whenever. I had access to the bus from my residential area to my place of work, and then basically, and even to town.
Yeah,
to some parts of town we had access to that, so it didn't hurt that much.
Yeah.
That's in though, because we used to walk to dining halls and everything. Yeah. So that was it. And I believe they have a different system compared to what's being used in Drake in terms of anything related to the school. It was mostly, I think, the skyride for the bus and then sidewalks. They have various applications that kind of made working easier because you just hop on the apps and then look for whatever it is you want to do or whatever information you need. Yeah, so it was not too.
It was bad.
But from my point of view.
Yeah, but also our tutors, like our supervisors, our supervisors were very open and very ready. If you had the telephone numbers, you had a quick text or a quick and a response would come. So that was really good. And also, I totally do understand that exposure, being exposed to a big institution, then you learn a lot. So when you come to yours, which is smaller, then you have very good exposure, and you find that was much harder. This one is much easier. Then also execution is faster because then you started hard from the deep end, and now you kind of like start swimming slow to the shallow end.
It's very, very fascinating. And to kind of piggyback off of that a little bit, what sort of skills have you personally developed from let's say the inception of when you joined the iRaise program in May up into today's date?
Based off on the department I work with, Grant Hub, I would say, like I said, I do have a project of setting up an NGO, for that. I feel like it's directed me now to look for particular keywords that would help me get a grant in the future. So it's directed me on what to put in like a future proposal. It's directed me on the key points to use in terms of budgeting. It's directed me, I feel like it's kind of like put me in line. It's really made a difference because initially I just had the vision, I just had a dream of doing that, but I didn't know exactly what it takes to get there. But with this experience, I've had the idea of what I need to do in terms of putting my information together and then the next steps to move from there. So I believe that's what's up. And then we also had to work with spreadsheets. It's mostly kind of like Excel, but it's a bit different. I was gradually learning how to work around that with Teams and Microsoft Teams, and also that was my exposure.
Yeah. I gained enough skills, especially communication, presentation skills, just team building, how to work with teams or people from different departments, organization skills, and also just know what it entails to process a grant from pre-award, from the beginning, from, let's say, just getting an idea and then getting to get funds for the idea, and then how to prepare for application of those grants, on when to get grants, how to then execute, how to report. Out here, you hear also there's a project going on and you wouldn't know how much work goes into that project until you actually sit in and see all the work that goes in there. It's a lot. And it's amazing because it's not only one project. You can find like, 10, 20, 30 running concurrently. So just keeping up with each and every one of those projects and make sure you don't miss anything, it's not easy. So there is a lot of work there. So really appreciate what is being done and the work behind the projects. And also just being organized and timely, and to make sure that everything is executed. Attention to detail, because it's those minor details that make you miss a very huge opportunity. We take things for granted. This has taught me not to take anything for granted, and actually understanding those sentences. Just misinterpreting one sentence can, throw you off a lot. That has taught me a lot. Not only this, but also in life and everything else I get to do. If I want to pursue PhD and do research, now I know better. I know how to rely on research assistants. Eventually I want to be a research assistant. I know how to then convince PIs to use us, because it will save them a lot, and at least let someone do that work and then concentrate on your research. I mean, forget about doing all this administration work. It's a lot. So that I've learned, and I've really come to appreciate. Really come to appreciate it.
Yeah, I always thought you just had to send an email that, hey, I want to do this, and then you get the file given to you. But then no, you have to do the whole proposal. It goes through before it's approved, and then the pre-award and the post-award, and it's a lot. So this has been a great experience. I feel like you're really prepared. Yeah. So you work for our own grants now.
Yeah, and patience.
Yes.
Follow up. I mean, getting information from a department, from some. My God, you need a lot of patience, and you need to perfect your communication skills so that even if you are losing patience, you don't need to show the reason that you're losing patience. It's really, oh my God, it is a life teaching experience.
So what has it been like interacting with these different faculty members, different researchers, and different subject matter experts across both ISU as well as Drake? What has that experience been like for you? Is there any ones that stood out in particular?
Oh yes. Yeah. Yes. First and foremost is just, I would say, getting to understand that it's not always that you get prompt responses. So the 3-day wait for feedback that came into our effective practice, I could, say, because you wouldn't know when sometimes the faculty is not in office, maybe they are out, or maybe they've traveled, or maybe they don't have to look at their emails. So it taught me how to, if you want something, just ask it as early as possible, not wait until the last minute. And then also, taught me how you shouldn't sit and wait sometimes for an email to come. Just taking a walk to their office, taking a walk to, try and confront them, try and meet them up first. Then you might find an answer, because not all of them are on their laptops 24/7 checking their emails. So that taught me a lot. And then even when you get to meet them in person, you'll get more information than even what you wanted to get in the email. They're very open, very friendly, especially if they know that you're assisting them in 1, 2, 3 research. They will be open, sit down and give you all the information you need. So in as much as, yes, it's good to send emails and wait, but also trying to get them in person. Trying to get in the office. One thing I learned from my supervisor at research was she would check and see and follow up there when they're having their next meeting, or when they have the next presentation on, and then she'll go and attend the meetings and the presentations. And then when they're working out, she'd, like, oh, hi, she used to get her answers and she used to move on from there. So I learned that one. They are very, very busy people, very, very busy. So just having creative ways of reaching them or getting to tell them to get information was really helpful.
Yeah. And I have worked on a couple of research projects. I worked with one that I think it was on the use of nitrites and treating water. There was another one too that was centered around making, I think, bird boxes around buildings so birds don't fly into the grasses and everything. And I thought it was an interesting one, because I've been in one of the buildings that I was inside and a bird just went straight into the glass and it just died. And I've seen a couple of that around. So I was really happy to see that individuals here were taking that upon themselves to help prevent that from happening. Because there are some people that are really passionate about birds, and then to see that all over, I feel like that was, yeah. And then I've also worked on looking for scholarship opportunities for some students. I'm always so happy when I go on the databases like on Pivot or Instrumental. Those were some of the platforms that we used in finding funds. And then to see that number of opportunities available, funding opportunities available, both federal, some foundations, individual, hope that if you really direct your project to something specific, and it makes you eligible, looking for funds for you, it's pretty feasible. So yeah.
And thinking about your experience a little bit more, just a tad bit, is there anything that was challenging for you in any way? And if so, how did you handle that challenge?
When I started with Bitman, I am more health with humans, so nothing animals related. So starting with that, I was wondering if it was something I could do, but then I'm an individual that's made it a point to always create that space to learn. I believe they just give me the necessary guidance and the time that I need, and I'm good to go. So starting there, I was quite hesitant, but then eventually, I've seen that it's basically the same thing. It's just on animals instead of humans. Of course, how before you admit a patient, a board has to review that the hospital setting is according to guideline, facilities and everything being done there, it's according to guideline. It's the same thing when it comes to animals. Whoever is treating them, whoever is handling them has to be qualified, has to be licensed. And also, yeah, I don't think it was that much of a big problem. It just took me a while to know what is done, who does what, and everything there. And with grants have to, like I said, this is basically new to me. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could learn that fast, but then my supervisors were very helpful in guiding me on what to do, even though they couldn't be present physically. I was always on Zoom calls with them for guidance, and then I was given tasks and everything that I could do. So yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah. So when I was told to go to graphics design, So we seated and so, okay, so Diana, you do the flyers for PIs. I'm thinking, my God, I know nothing about that. I know nothing about designing or, like even Canva. I'm just, like still learning how to use Canva. And I was like, I don't know. But at the end of it, I could actually show the flyers that I did finally that are going to be used. I was like, my God, I'm so proud of myself. So it was challenging, but I think just putting yourself out there and knowing that there's no one who's going to come and do this, okay, you have to do it and deliver it at the end of the day. Asking for help, sitting down, listening, asking for help again if you don't get it, like failing a couple of times, but still taking it and moving until you see the first one done, then the others are easy. That is one take I got from there. So when we moved to Spark, Drake, and you told us work on the newsletters, I was like, see now it's like connecting, it's working. And so that is one challenge that I faced, and actually thought that I will not get through it, but I go through it, and it's actually helped up to now, and it's going to help in future, because now if we get to be PIs or we get to be research administrators, it's a very nice and unique and simple way of updating reports to all the stakeholders. Yeah, and also having also like newsletters or updating reports to all the stakeholders, and having the knowledge how to do that. Yeah, that is commendable.
And I think this is something you should be very much proud of. And I think, thinking about it, could each of you folks name one accomplishment that you'd be most proud of from this experience, if you could think of one?
Oh, definitely working with animals for me. Yeah, because I experienced a cow being given an infusion, like normal saline was being run through the cow. It was so weak, it was not eating, it was not moving, and I went with the vet to put in an infusion, and unfortunately the cow passed. But yeah, I can boast of treating both humans and animals now. Yeah, and then I can also say that I can help with looking for grants for people. I can help prepare proposals. Yeah. Well,
Yes. Yes. Like just knowing how to handle a grant for a project from the beginning to the end, and just being able to give that advice and being able to say, okay, like maybe the pre-award, you go through all that preparation and submit, and then you can get to enjoy or to be happy when you see the award being given, knowing that you're part of that. And then also now helping to, on the reporting side of the post award and closing up the project and open another project again. I mean, you feel like you have completed a task, and that is extremely rewarding. For me here, that is one. Two is the kickoff. I always go back to that hydro kickoff. Man, that thing was big. Like, so across all faculties, being told that it's their kickoff event and you are responsible in, like preparing of that event, and it has to be successful because it is the first of the first. So this is going to like fit all the other upcoming events. So it has to be top notch. And just being able to pull that off, and just interaction with all these faculties and hearing what they're saying from all different departments. One from VetMed, I think two from VetMed also who were there. And, like seeing all these people who achieved, and like, okay, so I'm an intern, but I helped pull up this. It's something that I was very, very proud of, I can say.
Well, I think those experiences are both so much different, but so much in a way that they are ingrained within the sponsored project sphere.
Mm-hmm.
I think it can all very much speak volumes to how broad not only the granting world is, but the sponsored programs and sponsored projects field. And thinking about this a little bit more, has this experience overall changed how your guys' particular thoughts about research or even higher education?
Yeah. So in my department, I do see researches that students do with some professors, and even the time I've been here, I've seen the projects my professors are working, the funds they are looking for and all. And I have decided to work with one of them.
Oh,
Yeah. Initially, I'm like, I feel like research is too much work and I don't really know much about it. But then with this experience, I am ready to do that now. I'm currently working with one of our professors, with a group of people on one of the projects. So yeah, I would say thanks, Iris.
Yay.
I'm a researcher.
For me, I'm doing a capstone. I'm doing a capstone for I'll be graduating in May, in a few months to come. And for this semester, I'm doing a capstone. And this capstone is we're working with a 6th Avenue corridor community. And they have different projects and different that they're focusing on. And one of their projects is to revitalize the streets, and they're looking for funds. So you can imagine how this experience it has brought here, because then I'm able to tell them there are federal funds, you go here and check it from here, you can here and check from here, and there'll be that is kind of like a plus. And typing it on my project and my capstone and seeing I had a training and it is feeding onto the capstone. That is something. Yeah.
I think segueing a little bit off of just discussing your experience with the internship, how do you see that this experience, or let me rephrase that. How do you see this experience connecting to your future career goals?
Yeah. Talking about the whole NGO again, it's something I would really appreciate good funds for, because I'm definitely going to need help with other health professionals that are willing to take on this project with me. And it's not really just about educating on how to manage. It would also be about funding and helping people who can't afford their medications or other basic lifestyles with regards to managing their conditions. I believe I would really need the funds for that. And this internship gave me that exposure. It made me see where I can get those funds from. It made me know what I need to be able to get attention of the people that are going to fund and all that. It made me know what would make me very eligible for the fund that I'm looking for. So yeah, I would say with regards to my future projects, I know that it's really going to pay off someday.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait.
For me, I think I'll say it's kind of like another time as for what I'd stated my goals to be, and what the training made me sit back and think what will be more sustainable in terms of goals. So when meeting any faculties and also just different members, if I look at my career, I have a career in business and in agriculture. And when I look at some of these projects that we're handling right here at Drake and also at ISU, that has a lot to do with agriculture and what's going on in sustainable agriculture in the future. So getting our thinking in terms of research, in terms of future and sustainability and projects and funds and all, that would support this goal, because I'm thinking of doing a PhD in sustainable agriculture. I come from Kenya. It is in East Africa, and it's an agricultural country, but there's a lot of wastage. And if you look at all these researchers and what they're doing is they're trying to see how to turn all this wastage into money. Like in research, there's nothing known as waste. Everything is valuable. So how to turn this value into money? And I'll really thank Iris and also Drake and for giving me this opportunity, because then it has opened my eyes to see how can I then go back home and turn all that wastage and turn all those people who are sort of throwing away this thinking it's worth, how do they turn it into something valuable? And it takes in a lot of research to do that. It takes in a lot of requesting for funds, like just telling them what you want to do and getting people who are willing to support you because they can see the value in what you're doing. Everyone who is doing research right now, they have something that they feel it will bring value, and they're getting people out there to help them support because they're also seeing the value in this. So it has, I'll say, just turned my anticipation, my goal of which I was just come do leadership and then go and enter into global management and, continue. But coming here and seeing something valuable, and it's all tied and related to research and something that I can get into and turn so many people's lives. Yeah. So that is what I can say I've really gained out of this.
Oh, my apologies. And has this experience at all opened your eyes to any new or different career paths that you haven't considered before?
I never thought I'd be interested in research. I never thought I'd be interested in working on proposals, grants and everything, but I think it's something I feel I have the exposure now to consider. Even during the boot camp, we had a couple of supervisors voice out about how that was not the path that they intended to end up in. They mentioned their previous engagements, and then seeing where they are now, you could see like it's just people from all over, like different parts of careers that have found themselves there working in the whole research department, grants, and also, I feel like even though I'm in this particular field now, there's nothing stopping me from pursuing anything in the research field too. So yeah, it's something I'm really looking forward to.
For me, it is, yes. Like I said previously, it has actually just turned my career choice 360, and I'm seeing much more value in research and in agriculture sustainable. It's going, like I have really helped where I can look back and say, yes, I entered this program, and by the time I was coming out, I came out with a lot more than just experience that I'm going to use, but a bigger vision of how I can, enlighten everyone's, life.
No, I think that is great. And what sort of transferable skills have you learned from this experience, and what are the ones that you value most?
I'll just say communication skills, because good communication and not just reading, not just talking, but also reading, understanding, translating what you've read. Make sure you put it across so that the other person understands and gets what you're trying to portray or to tell them. I have really come to understand what actual communication is. It involves a lot, especially when you're talking to different people from different faculties, from different countries, from different departments. And here I'm not only talking about interdisciplinary or in a university organization, but also from federal, from, foundations, from all students, from all these totally different places. And also, so one skill that I've said that number one actually is the communication skill, which I have really upheld so much. And then also the IT skills that I've learned in graphics, also in coming up with a different way to use this Microsoft or Google Sheets, because then I came to learn that Excel, some of us just know the basic Excel, but there's a lot in Excel that you can use to make your work much easier and be more effective. And just interpersonal skills, teamwork, just some of the basic skills that I've learned that will definitely help me in future.
Yeah, I have, the exposure to different tools, like Diana said, we're now not past, but aside knowing Excel, PowerPoint and everything, we have knowledge of Smart Sheet, like I mentioned earlier, not spreadsheet, sorry, Smart Sheet, and then and using the platforms that helped us get the grants opportunities, like Pivot, like Instrumental. Those have been very helpful. So yeah, I can say that we've expanded our skills for that.
Now that is great. It seems like you folks have really learned a lot. And kind of segueing into this and advice for future IRAs, interns and applicants, what would you say to students considering applying for this internship?
I would say they should go ahead. They should not be scared or put down by when they say, when like when it comes to say areas, research, internship, like most of them will be like, no, maybe this is not for my faculty. Maybe this is for, like the scientists, or just the fact that it is open for all. It doesn't matter if you're an undergrad or postgrad, or, it doesn't matter what faculty you are, even law or education, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and just apply it, and they'll love the experience. By the time they come out of their, the exposure will be like the best what they have received. It's like 1 year, and it's a lot. You feel like you've been here like for 4 years. So, and it's something that will not only help them in education or in their in whatever they're doing in school, but it's something that will still be with them even after, way after they've learned, when they get into their careers or professional lives. Because even if they will not end up as a research assistant, but they have learned something that will help them in whatever profession they get in. So they should go ahead and take the opportunity and run with it.
I mean, when you're applying for any job, you see the eligibility criteria.
Yeah.
So once you pass any of them, or you're eligible for whatever it is, the rest is up to you. You just have to have that focused mind. You have to have that room for learning, that room for improving, and I believe that you can do anything. There's nothing to be scared about. I'm from a health background, nothing about research, proposals, projects, anything like that. But I still went ahead to go with the internship, because I was ready to learn, and then I was also ready to be exposed to different things. And you do get the mentorship, you get the guidance of what to do. So you're not left alone once you start. Like you'll be taken through the entire procedure. And then, so I would encourage everyone to go ahead and apply if they do see the opportunity there.
And are there any tips for any future prospecting internees that you would have to make the most out of this experience?
I would just say make good use of the time, because this is a very great experience. Like I try to always tell my friends about it. I've been trying to get them to also apply to it, but unfortunately have conflicting schedules. But I have spoken about my exposure. I have spoken about what I've got to work with, and then the idea of knowing that there's a platform that can help you find grant opportunities alone, it's what gets them interested. And I know that,
So I've also, really bragged about it. Especially when I go like NSF, National Science Foundation. Oh, it's huge. Yes. So yes, I have talked to some to go ahead and apply. I hope they have. I'm just wishing them the best. And I'm like, even if you come out, keep on spreading the word, because it's an yearly opportunity, so that every year, that we have at least who are benefiting from this program.
Yeah, and like everything is catered for, basically. I mean, you can just get up and go there today without taking anything, and you'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Like, our summer was
it's a very, very,
it was just the best way of spending summer, I would say. And you make friends, you make relationships that last. You exposed you start thinking wide and far, and things that's actually going. Making a big difference. And
it's a very well planned. Very considerate too. So yes, it's been an amazing experience.
And I think in closing, what's one takeaway that you'll carry with you after this particular internship experience?
Never limit yourself. You can always do something you put your mind to. If once you're ready to do it, you can do it. Yeah. Never limit yourself, regardless of your background.
Like, if an opportunity comes your way, you grab it. Because then you don't know where that road will lead you. You might be stuck on one road saying, this is what I want to be, and this is where I want to stick. And no, this is not my fit. I'm not taking it. But just taking that opportunity, because you have nothing to lose at the end of the day, might lead you to a totally different route. Half the people we met, I think 3/4 of the people we met at research at Maine, at IRAISE, it is not like in their career that there will be research at Maine, but they found themselves there and they truly love and enjoy it. So it's not only the admin part, but so many other things they've learned from it and they've grown out of it. So if there's an opportunity that comes, like this opportunity comes in their way, they should just grab it and move with it. And at the end of it, they will have something positive, something good that will come out of it.
That's awesome. No, I think both takeaways are very much similar in the same vein, but I think have very clear and different messaging. I think in close, I'd just like to thank both of you for the opportunity of getting to work with both of you, as well as being able to learn from you folks as well, since this was the first time I've ever had to interact with any sort of interns and such like that. So, Dorcas and Diana, thank you for this opportunity and for this experience. And is there anything that you'd like to share before we sign off?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you for the opportunity to let others know the great opportunities available. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.